Dreams are the guiding words of the soul. Carl Jung. What if your dreams are not random at all, but quiet messages from within? This is what Carl Jung pointed to when he spoke of dreams, not as meaningless fragments, but as whispers from the depths of the unconscious. Every night when we fall asleep, another world awakens. A world that speaks in symbols and images. A world that often feels more honest than the daylight hours we live through. You felt it before. The dream that lingers, the one you cannot shake, the one that stirs something inside you, even though it makes little sense. It is as if the dream is holding up a mirror, showing you a truth that you are not yet ready to face, a truth you might have buried under the noise of your daily life. Jung understood that these nighttime visions are not accidents. They are carefully woven messages, shaped by something deeper, something older than our conscious mind. And in that mystery lies both wonder and challenge. To pay attention to your dreams is to risk discovering parts of yourself you've long ignored, but it is also to open the door to wholeness, to balance, to meaning. Think of how many times you have dismissed a dream as nonsense, only to feel its weight in your chest for hours after waking. Think of the strange familiarity of places you've never been, the urgency of emotions you cannot explain, the haunting return of faces you do not know. These are not accidents. They are signposts. They are invitations. They are fragments of a language you already understand, even if you cannot yet translate it. This is what Jung wanted us to consider, that within the dream lies a path, one that leads us back to the hidden center of ourselves. And in this journey, we may discover that the dreams we thought were random are in fact shaping us in ways we never imagined. For much of modern psychology, the conversation about dreams has always been shaped by two towering figures, Sigmund Freud and Carl Jung. Freud, the father of psychoanalysis, looked at dreams through the lens of desire and repression. To him, the dream was a disguised wish, a coded representation of urges that the conscious mind could not accept in the daylight. If you dreamed of climbing a ladder, Freud might say it symbolized ambition, or more likely, sexual desire. His interpretations always circled back to hidden instincts, the unspoken cravings of the body, the drives that society forced us to bury. And for a time, this perspective dominated the field. But Jung, once Freud's student and later his greatest rival, saw something different. He believed that to reduce dreams to repressed wishes was to strip them of their true power. For Jung, dreams were not just reflections of instinct, but messages, living communications from the unconscious that spoke in symbols, images, and stories. They were not meaningless, and they were not accidents. To him, dreams were purposeful, a dialogue between the hidden depths of the psyche and the conscious self. This distinction between Freud and Jung is more than academic. It changes how you approach the dream itself. If you see it as mere wish fulfillment, you dismiss its richness. But if you treat it as Jung did, as a symbolic message, then the dream becomes an opportunity, an invitation to understand what lies beneath the surface of your waking life. Jung described dreams as a bridge, connecting the conscious and the unconscious. They are not random noise, not static, but signals rising from a deeper layer of the mind, often revealing truths that we resist or deny. And this is why Jung gave dreams such importance, because he believed the psyche is always working to restore balance, and dreams are one of the ways it tries to guide us back to wholeness. To grasp this idea, you have to understand Jung's notion of the collective unconscious. Unlike Freud, who focused on personal childhood memories, Jung believed that beneath the personal unconscious lies a deeper layer shared by all of humanity. It is a reservoir of images, patterns, and symbols that appear across cultures and throughout history. These are what Jung called archetypes: the hero, the shadow, the wise old man, the great mother, and many more. They show up in myths, in religious stories, in art, and, most intimately, in your dreams. Have you ever dreamed of being chased by something you cannot see? Or of standing before a vast ocean? Or of meeting a figure who feels both strange and familiar? These are not simply products of your personal experience. They are expressions of the collective unconscious, patterns older than you, embedded deep within the human psyche. Jung believed that dreams use these archetypal images to communicate truths that the conscious mind cannot easily accept. Because the unconscious does not speak in plain words, it speaks in the language of metaphor. A dream might show you a dark forest, when in reality it is pointing to the unknown in your own life. It might show you a collapsing house, when in reality it is warning you about the instability of your current situation. It might place you in front of an endless road, not because you walked it yesterday, but because your soul knows you are at the beginning of a long inner journey. This symbolic nature of dreams is what gives them such depth, such mystery, and such power. And so, for Jung, dreams are never trivial. They are not random electrical firings of the brain, nor are they puzzles to be solved with a dictionary of meanings. They are unique, alive, and deeply personal, even when they draw upon the universal. They are the psyche's way of speaking to itself, balancing what is missing, confronting what is denied, and guiding the dreamer toward a deeper integration of self. To ignore them is to miss the chance to hear what your own depths are trying to tell you. To listen is to begin a dialogue with the soul itself. But among all of Jung's ideas, one principle stands out as the key to understanding your dreams. At the heart of Carl Jung's understanding of dreams lies one essential principle, the idea that dreams serve as a form of self-regulation for the psyche. What does this mean? Simply put, your dreams are not random. They are the way your unconscious mind attempts to restore balance when your waking life drifts too far in one direction. The psyche, according to Jung, is always seeking wholeness, and when your conscious self becomes one-sided, the unconscious compensates by presenting images, stories, and emotions in your dreams that highlight what you have ignored or suppressed. If you live entirely in the realm of logic and reason, your dreams may erupt with overwhelming waves of feeling, emotions you deny in the daylight. If you cling too tightly to control, your dreams may present you with chaos, images of falling, crashing, or losing your way, reminding you of the instability you refuse to acknowledge. This balancing function is not meant to torment you. It is meant to guide you. It is the psyche's way of whispering, "Pay attention to what you've left behind." Take, for example, a person who prides themselves on being rational, logical, and unemotional. In their waking life, they dismiss feelings as distractions, preferring facts and analysis. Yet at night, they dream of floods, of storms, of encounters charged with raw emotion. This is no coincidence. The unconscious is compensating for the lack of emotional awareness in their waking life, urging them to recognize and integrate the parts of themselves they have cut off. Or consider someone who walks through the day projecting strength and confidence, yet deep inside carries unacknowledged fear. That fear might never show on their face, but in dreams it takes form, perhaps as a dark figure chasing them or as a looming danger they cannot quite escape. The dream is not trying to terrify them for no reason. It is giving shape to the fear they refuse to face, so that it can no longer be denied. In this way, dreams act as guardians of psychological balance, forcing us to see what we would rather ignore. This principle of self-regulation carries with it a profound implication. Your dreams are always on your side. Even the nightmares, even the confusing or disturbing images have a purpose. They are signals from the unconscious, designed to complete you, to restore harmony where imbalance exists. Rather than dismissing them, Jung encouraged us to approach our dreams with humility and openness. They are not puzzles to be solved with a quick answer, but living communications that require reflection. To work with a dream is not to look it up in a dictionary of symbols, but to sit with it, to ask, "What is this dream showing me about myself right now?" Because the meaning of a dream is always tied to the life of the dreamer. A house collapsing in your dream may not mean the same as a house collapsing in mine. The symbol only becomes meaningful when connected to your personal story, your present struggles, your unspoken truths. So, how do you begin to honor this principle in practice? The first step is simple but powerful. Write your dreams down as soon as you wake. The memory of a dream is fragile, it slips away within minutes, but if you capture it on paper, you hold on to the message before it fades. Over time, as you collect these records, you may begin to notice patterns, symbols that repeat, themes that return again and again. These are clues, the psyche insisting on something you need to see. Do not look for ready-made answers. Instead, ask, what does this image mean to me in the context of my life today? What emotion does it stir? What truth might it be pointing to? By doing this, you begin a dialogue with your unconscious, allowing it to contribute to your growth rather than keeping it locked away in the dark. And so, the dream becomes not a mystery to be solved, but a relationship to be tended. It is the psyche speaking to itself, trying to bring together the fragments that life has pulled apart. Every dream you have is part of this process, part of the effort of your mind and soul to restore balance, to remind you of what you have forgotten, to nudge you toward a wholeness that lies just beyond the reach of your conscious awareness. In this sense, to listen to your dreams is to listen to yourself at the deepest level. To ignore them is to turn away from your own inner truth. Your dreams are trying to complete you, to bring balance where your waking mind refuses to look. In the end, we arrive at the heart of it all. For Jung, dreams are not random. They are the voice of the unconscious, guiding you toward wholeness. They are not meaningless fragments to be dismissed, but living messages meant to restore balance, to reveal what you've overlooked, and to lead you closer to the truth of who you are. Remember Jung's insight. The dream is the psyche's way of regulating itself, a dialogue between the seen and the unseen, between the conscious and the hidden depths within you. And the advice is simple, yet powerful. Pay attention. Write your dreams down as soon as you wake. Notice the patterns that return again and again, and resist the urge to seek ready-made interpretations. Instead, let your dreams speak to you in the context of your own life, your own struggles, your own path. They are personal, intimate, and uniquely yours. Jung knew that every dream carries within it a fragment of the self, a piece of the puzzle of your wholeness. Tonight, when you dream, ask yourself, what part of me is trying to speak? And if this opened your mind, subscribe for more insights from Carl Jung and the hidden depths of psychology.